Hello, welcome to the Real Internet Come Forth YouTube channel. My name is Antoinette Smith, and I'm your author. Remember to get your books, get your books, get your books, people. Some of them are on sale at Barnes & Noble, Amazon, Google, Apple iTunes, Walmart.com, Target.com, Books A Million, Kobo, Indigo, and Tails. All of them come in paperback and digital version. Get your copies today. Now, all of my books are available in audio version. You can get them on Scribe D. I think it's like $10 a month, and you can listen to all of them being read to you while you clean your house, cook your food, riding in the car, or whatever it is that you do. So thank you for your continued support. I'm so excited about that. Don't forget about my book release, My Jesus Experience, Our Journey. It comes with its own bookmark. Don't forget about my latest release, Life After Losing a Child. It comes with its own bookmark. Remember to send me proof that you have purchased any of my products, and I will get your bookmarks and your loyalty cards out to you. Remember the Real Internet Come Forth book series. It is 9 volumes, 4 separate books. It is still available. Behind the Scene book series, it's a sequel to the Real Internet Come Forth book series. It's 5 separate books. You buy any of the 4 books, I'll give you the 5th book free. But you need this loyalty card to get your free book. Let me know that you have purchased it, and I will get your bookmarks or your loyalty cards out to you. Do not forget about my author's collection boxes. You can still get those. They are still available. We are reading from the final book of the series, which is the Behind the Scenes series, volume number 5. This is, I have one more reading after this, and we have completed 16 books. Do not forget that I have 2 new books coming out this year. The first one is Our Journey to Oneness, How He Found Me, and it's about my husband and I, how we met. The second one is Unlimited Grace, talking about my empowerment ministry, all the seminars that I teach, that I'm writing it in book form so that way you can have it at your fingertips, okay? So I keep you posted on when those books will be released, okay? So thank you for your continued support. I have some questions that I need to answer. I'm going to do 3 this video, and then I'm going to do the other 3 the last video, okay? So stay tuned for that, all right? So we are reading from the Behind the Scenes, volume number 5, titled Made for Him. God uniquely made me for my husband. We are reading from chapter 7. It is titled, Women Are Encouragers. Strength and honor are her clothing, and she shall rejoice in time to come. She opens her mouth with wisdom, and in her tongue is the law of kindness. She looketh well to the ways of her household, and eateth not the bread of idleness. Her children arise up and call her blessed, her husband also, and he praises her. That is Proverbs 31, verses 25 through 28, and that is the King James Version. Encourager, to inspire with courage, spirit or hope, to attempt to persuade, to spur on, to give help or pilgrims to, build up, cheer, to fill with courage, strength of purpose. Encourage suggests the raising of one's confidence, especially by an external agency. Inspirit implies instilling life, energy, courage, or vigor into something. Implies of lifting the dispiritedness or despondency by an infusion of fresh courage or zeal. Embodiment implies of giving of courage significant to overcome timidity or resilience. That is from the Merriam-Webster's Dictionary. Women are to be encouragers, life givers, cheerleaders, not only to their husbands and children, but all that surrounds them. We are to see the good in everyone, to give them hope. We are to be a hope of glory to many. We are women by nature. We women by nature are nurturing, supportive, loving, thoughtful, and emotional. We are moved very quickly by our emotions because we care, because that is how God designed us to be. To love the unlovable, to fight for the justice of all, and to speak the words of life over dead situations and circumstances in people's lives. This role as an encourager is not limited to the wife or mother, but it is a role of a woman species. Let me see. If you notice how different women are hard to give up on people, I am telling you, we hold on for dear life to people no matter how bad they treat us. and what they do to us, we still say, well, maybe they will, or maybe they can and will change. We still are hopeful for those people. Men, on the other hand, are not so long suffering. I think they have a built in system that signifies disloyalty and distrust, and they cut them off, and they cut people off. Men allow others to hope in the dishonest. They may give the same person three chances to mess up, and then they are done. But women, 1,000 times you mess up, and we are still hoping, wishing while crying our eyes out. God, please change this person, change their hearts, change their mind. Even though they have hurt us, we still pray for them. Even though they disrespect us, we still fight for them. Even though they don't show gratitude, we still care about them because our Father, Jehovah, has built us to encourage all men, women, boys, and girls with the Father's love toward his people. God loves us no matter what. He cares for us no matter how we treat him. He sent Jesus to encourage us in our sins and transgressions, to help us to get into a right standing with him, and to encourage us with love that would heal all of the wounds and erase all of our pain. Be someone's hope today. Be someone's word of life today. Be someone's love today. And be an encourager to someone every day of your life. And I'm going to end the chapter right there. I'm going to answer a couple of questions, 3 questions to be exact. The first one, is from Florida. And it said, do you think all women are called to be wives and mothers? Hello, Florida. No, I do not think all women are called to be wives and mothers. Because in 1 Corinthians chapter 7, it talk about unmarried women and talk about married women. It tells the unmarried woman her roles and responsibilities and the things she needs to do of the Lord. And then it also tells the married women their roles and responsibilities to the Lord and to their husbands. So no, I don't think all women are called to be wives and mothers. And even throughout the Bible, starting from Genesis, it talks about women being barren, meaning that they're not able to have children. So all women are not called to be mothers or wives. No. And then also in that same chapter, Paul talks about he wished that everyone would be as he is, saying that he has a gift. Everyone have this gift and everyone have that gift. God gave him the gift of singleness. I believe firmly that singleness is a gift. I know for a fact that singleness is a gift from God. It's a grace that he gives you to be single. So therefore you can fulfill the assignment that he have on your life. Some roles and some responsibilities of the kingdom are just for singles. Okay? All right. Hope I have answered your question, Florida. The next question is coming from Illinois. And they said, do you think divorcees can remarry as a Christian? Hello, Illinois. Yes, I think divorcees can remarry as a Christian because I am a divorcee, was a divorcee, and I remarry, and I am a Christian. And I want to say Leviticus or something like that. One of the Old Testament, Moses wrote the bill of divorcement, and it says if a man won't please his wife, he can write her a bill of divorcement and send her away. And they did that for the hardness of the people's heart. You know, God has called all of us to be at peace. Also in 1 Corinthians or Corinthians maybe 7, 1 Corinthians somewhere in there, where it talks about the unsaved wife, can she save her husband? The unsaved husband, can he save her wife? There's a saving power in being married. But like I said, God have called all of us to be at peace. If you're in a relationship or in a marriage that potentially has the power or the characteristics that is going on, the fights and quarrels that once somebody will get hurt or lose their life, like a domestic violence relationship, you need to get out of that relationship or marriage. If you're being held hostage or against your will or something like that, being people marry for different reasons, and I think some marriages need to end for different reasons. You know, like you said, God has called everybody to be at peace. If you're not happy and continue your marriage, how can two walk together unless they're in agreement? So there are a lot of grounds for divorcement, abandonment, being abandoned by your mate, your spouse. And then we as Christians, we can't control the next person. We can't control what our mates do and what they do not do. Um, so yes, God allows divorce in certain situations and circumstances, and especially for adultery as well. And then if he has another mate for you, or if it's in your destiny or will to get remarried, then he would allow you to get remarried. Okay. So I hope I have answered your question, Illinois. Okay. This next one is from Ibadan, Nigeria, and it said, how did you do your courtship while you are in different countries? How do you manage your belief systems, character, lifestyle? How do you know this man not playing games with you if he have another wife somewhere? How you manage all the drama of not knowing each other, not living around each other, but yet you are married. Okay. Let me read this again because they asked in 5 or 6 or 7 questions, and I'm going to have to answer them one by one. Okay. How do you, this once again, this coming from Ibadan, Nigeria. It say, how do you know your, how did you do your courtship while you are in different countries? How do you manage your belief systems, character, lifestyle? How do you know this man not playing games with you if he have another wife somewhere? How you manage all the drama of not knowing each other, not living around each other, but yet you are married. Okay, let's go back up to the top. How do you do your courtship while you are in different countries? Okay. How we did our courtship, we did our courtship and we was engaged for 6 months. So how we did that, and we was in different countries. Yes, we was. I was in the United States, and he was in Nigeria. We did counseling with both of our pastors. We formed rules at the beginning of our relationships, saying every day what we were going to do together every day, like pray together every day was my husband's idea. Pray every day together, have fasting days together, do worship, do communion, read the Bible, have Bible study, talk about our future plans, like building our family, building our businesses, building our ministry. And we began to create a foundation even before we entered into the marriage. We began to, after we got a solid foundation of our courtship and knew that we were compatible and knew that we wanted to be married, we built our foundation ourselves. And then after 3 months, 4 months, that is when we began to bring our families into it. I introduced my husband, fiance, to my mother and children at the same time and told them, you know, we would be married. And then he also introduced me to his family. And I began to talk to them on video. And I had met his pastors, assistant pastor, his friend, his best friend of 25 years, his other friends of 15 or 20 plus years. Everyone that I met that he introduced me to via video conference, he had been in these people's lives, or these people had been in his life for over 15 years. So they had no reason to laugh at him. They spoke very well of him. And I had their numbers and different things like that. And I can ask questions. We always had meetings and different things like that. And then they say, how do we manage our belief systems, character, and lifestyle? We talked about our spirituality, our faith, our relationship with God. I knew that he was a man of God because God had told me different things about my husband even before he found me. So we knew that we were Christians. Of course, we have different trainings. because he's from one country, I'm from another country. So we began to talk about how to merge the two together, because he can't erase my past. I can't erase his past. He can't erase my history. I can't erase his. These are things that's embedded into us. And so now we had to find a way to merge the two together. So I began to, like I said, begin to listen at his pastor, his preaching online and different things like that, and attend their services online. I even flew to Texas to meet his pastor and different things like that, so I can have a better understanding of the teaching that my husband grew up in, and the belief that he come up in, as a man, as an African, as a Nigerian. And then he was over the praise and worship for the church. So, and understand the teaching that he's been under. So therefore I had to take time to listen at his pastor. Him, on the other hand, was already connected to my pastor. He was a part of my pastor's church and connection, global ministry online, even before I came. So he already knew the type of teaching that I was under. So that's how we merged our belief systems, our character. We began to talk about our strengths and our weaknesses. What I was strong in and what I was weak in, what he was strong in and what he was weak in. And then we began to merge the two. So the things that he's weak in, I'm very strong in. And the things that I'm weak in, he is very strong in. And that's how you become one. That's how you become one in a marriage, because you can't both be strong in the same areas. You can't both be weak in the same areas, because how you going to catch each other fall? So we begin to be open and honest and unashamed, like naked and unashamed. We talk about everything. We talk about finances. We talk about trust issue. We talk about sexuality. We talk about a lot of different things. And then when it comes to our lifestyle, we decided how we're going to run our home. We decided how we're going to run our family. We decided how we're going to run our businesses and ministry and merge things together, because we are in two countries. And so we've already decided that we're going to be living in both countries. We're going to have dual citizenship in both countries. We're going to spend some time in Nigeria when the Lord wants us to be there. And when he wants us to be in the U.S., this is where we will be. And because I have businesses and things here, and then he have businesses and things there. You understand? So we talk about those kinds of things. How do you know that this man is not playing games with you? And have another wife somewhere else? Because I had talked to his friends. Like I said, I had talked to his pastor, I talked to his assistant pastor, I talked to his best friends, I talked to his nephews, I talked to his brothers, and he had never been in a relationship. They, in fact, had been waiting on him to get married. Some of them had even given up on him being married, because they like, you of age, like you should have been married. And then in their culture, it's not proper for the younger generation to get married before the older generation. So himself, by sustaining himself so long and waiting so long, he was 42 when we met, before we got married in our first relationship. So his younger nephews that he had raised, his brother children, they wasn't allowed to get married until he got married first. So that's part of their culture. So I didn't know anything about that, but I'm learning his culture and things of that nature. But my husband had never been in a relationship of any kind. And so it was verified, once we got married, but it was verified by his family, his friends, and things of that nature. So that's how I know he didn't have another wife somewhere else. And then I said, how do you manage all the drama of not knowing each other, not living around each other? If he had been living here in Mississippi with me, it still would have been a process of getting to know somebody. It doesn't matter if you live right down the street or around a corner or in another state. You still have a process of getting to know somebody. So we're still getting to know each other. Anytime you enter into any relationship, you already have to have a level of trust going in. And so I trusted God that he chose the man for me, and I accepted the man that he chose for me. I knew that God had already told me different things for many years, how my husband would be, about his personality and things of that nature. And so I'm sitting and watching him and waiting on it to manifest, to see, you know what I'm saying, the different things. And so every day we learning something about each other. Every single day we learning something about each other. He learning something about me. I'm learning something about him. And then I'm learning things about myself. Because when you enter into a relationship and being into another relationship, you begin to change as well. You know, coming out of being single for so many years to now a man that wants to be involved in a relationship, a man that wants to build a life with you and be involved in every facet of your life. That was very different for me. So we're still learning each other. And it say, but yet you are married. So we manage that. We operate under the grace of God. We didn't get married for sex. So therefore, my body was already sustained by the Lord. He wasn't sexually active, so we're enjoying the grace of God on our life in our times of separation. And so the time that we have separate, we come into agreement and to say, can I be gone this long from home in Nigeria? And can I be gone this long? So I don't make the decision to say, okay, well, I'm going to come to the U.S. and I'm going to stay 3 months or 4 months and I'm not going to go back. Or I'm going to come here and stay a year or 2 years and I'm not going to go back. No, my husband and I sit down and plan how long I can be gone. If I have things going on here in the U.S. and it hinders me from coming home to Nigeria to being home with him, you know, physically and in person, things like that, then we sit, we talk about it, and we discuss it, and we take it to the Lord in prayer, because God already knows that both of us belong to him, and he let us know where we need to be at what times. And so we'll operate in his grace, we'll operate in his obedience, and I'm not going to be any place that the Lord don't want me to be at a different time when he don't want me to be there. So we leave it up to him, and we take it to him in prayer. So thank you for your questions. Continue to send all your questions, comments, and concerns. I'm going to be on here one more time, okay? So remember, until we meet again, God gets the glory, and I tell the story. Goodbye.